Everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for another weekly recap of Love After Lockup. This is season 3, episode 5, and it was titled Roses on the Bed. All right, I already know I'm late. Yeah. But I wasn't home on Friday, so I am busting out 3 videos today, back to back. So let's just get this popping. It wasn't really a lot going on in this episode. We only saw 5 couples, but all of them really wasn't a lot. So this video won't be long. Let's start with Lindsay and Scott. So Scott is basically trying to figure out where Lindsay is. He's on the phone with the prison, and her mom comes in with her daughter and stuff like that. And he's like, well, I'm on the phone with the penitentiary or whatever. The man not telling them nothing, basically. Then he finally gets to somebody where they're able to tell him, like, yeah, she's still here or whatever. But then they're like, Scott is like, well, can you tell me why she's there, why she wasn't released and stuff? And they was like, we can't tell you that. And so the mom was like, well, how about the case manager? And so he was like, okay, get the case manager on. Scott was on hold more times than I could count, child. I forgot. But the mom finally talked to somebody, and basically it was what the man kept saying, this is not public information, this is not public information, this is not public information. And so the mom was like, well, how can we find out when she's going to be released? And he was like, well, I can't tell you that. You wanted to find out from her why she wasn't released or whatever. So that was pretty much it. They really didn't get any information from the prison. The only thing they found out was that Lindsay, yes, is indeed still in jail. The daughter said that she cried all night because she was worried about her mom, and she was upset that she couldn't see her mom and stuff like that. So I was wrong. The mom and the daughter did not have any contact with Lindsay or anything like that. So the mom and the daughter is just as clueless as Scott is. So it doesn't seem like she's running game, but, well, I'll take that back. It doesn't seem like she's running game with her family involvement, like the mom and the daughter, but I think she's still running some kind of game. Like the mom was like, she's just smart enough to get to stay back in or something like that, because she knows the rules and she knows just which rules to break to get to not be released. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, why wouldn't you want to get out of the system, especially to see your daughter? Like, she making some real selfish moves, because she's not even thinking about her daughter. Like, her daughter hasn't seen her in a long time, and you would think that she would want to get out for her daughter's sake, but no. Lindsay just about Lindsay. And right now Scott's sitting there looking dumb because he done moved all the way to Mississippi from New York for her ass, and she's still in jail. So stupid ass Scott. Anyway, that was pretty much it for them. Who else didn't really have nothing? Shonda and Tyreese. He's basically waiting for her to get out of jail. Her release date is that day. Child, I say he is pimp sharp. He had the damn blue alligator shoes on, the blue suit, the blue vest, the blue tie. I said, is he a crip? He was blued out, and I love blue. Blue my favorite color, but I was like, sir, like, can you mix it up with something else? But he was excited to see his girl. He done packed the bras, the panties, and all this other stuff. And he was saying, like, she's supposed to get out at 1:30, so he parked across the street from the jail. I guess that's what they got to do. They can't go in if they're not married or something. I'm not sure, but because it seemed like a lot of them are parking across the street. I know, what was that man? John, he parked across the street to get when Whatchamabob came out. I can't think of her damn name. Damn, what's that girl name? I can't think of her name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. When they parked across the street. But he parked across the street. He waiting for a child. Why he had binoculars? Talking about, I see women in green uniforms. Sorry, they in prison. That's their uniform. Like, what? But anyway, he waiting for her to get out. And then he said that she has 4 hours to be with him. And then she has to take a bus to Kansas City to check in with her parole officer or whatever. So that's what she's paroling out of. I guess he was like, look, I'm not driving you. You better catch that Greyhound and get your ass there the best way you can. But he waiting for, it's 2:05 and she ain't show up. That's pretty much what was Shonda and Tyreese thing. And the producers, I thought it was funny because they asked him, did he think that she ditched him? And he was like, no, I don't think that she ditched me or nothing like that. She should be, on the way. But then he did also say that he hoped he didn't do all this and then he getting played and stuff. But I find it interesting whenever the producer's ass is the person playing them. So far, it looks like those people haven't showed up. Like Scott and Lindsay, she didn't show up, and the producer's ass was the person playing them. And then now Shonda and Tyreese. So I don't know. Do y'all think she gonna show up? Because we haven't seen any confessionals or anything from her or any words from her about Tyreese. So this should be interesting. That was it for them. Let's see. Maurice and Jessica. Child. Jessica. I don't know what she expected. Like, I just honestly don't know what she expected. He headed to the baby mama house or whatever, and to see his daughter and stuff. And she like, well, I talk to the daughter all the time, but I talked to the baby mama about twice, so I don't really know her or whatever like that. And I was thinking to myself, well, how the daughter talking to Jessica, but the baby mom ain't talking to Jessica or trying to get to know her or trying to figure out who she is, but you letting your daughter talk to her? I'm like, that don't sound too right. Because I'd have been on so why you marry him, how you meet him? Like, I'd have been, what's your background? I would have been getting some information about Jessica. She wouldn't be talking to my child and I wouldn't know who the hell she is. Because when they got there and the baby mom was talking, she was like, yeah, I just know that they got married and he's never dated a white woman before. I'm his only real relationship and I don't really know too much about her. And I'm like, but you had her on the phone with your daughter? But anyway, Maurice, he gets to see his daughter and stuff like that. And I was like, that is his twin all the way. And it was cute. Like, she was hugging her daddy. She was happy to see her dad and stuff like that. And then they're inside the baby mom's house and they're just, the baby mom family is talking to him and he's talking to the baby mama family, but Jessica over there in the chair all by herself looking all stupid in the face and she feeling real uncomfortable. Nobody's really talking to her. And I can understand that. I can understand how she would feel kind of anxious or not included, stuff like that. But it was more so excuse me, y'all, something's in my throat. Excuse me. It was more so for him to visit his daughter versus getting to know her. So it wasn't for her to be in the spotlight, but she did feel like nobody was talking to her, nobody was trying to get to know her and stuff like that. So she felt some type of way. And she let him know when he was out in the car, because he came out in the car or whatever. I don't know why, but he came out in the car. And she was like, you had me sitting there in the corner and I would never make you feel like this or whatever. You ain't introduced me to nobody. He like, well, why are you upset? Like, what the fuck you want me to do about it or whatever? And she was like, you could have introduced me. You could have talked to me. I wouldn't have you around my family and they not speaking to you and stuff. And he was like, this is my baby mom family. This ain't my family or whatever. This was about, what's the baby name? Marcel? Malayla? What was the baby name? Michaela. This Michaela family. This was about me seeing my daughter and stuff. She was like, yeah, I understand. I know, or whatever. She was like, but I feel some type of way. So she was trying to tell him. He really didn't seem like he gave two shits, but she told him anyway. He said bye to the daughter. And she was basically like, she don't feel comfortable. And it's like a different world for her or whatever. And then she said it again because he's staying at the cousin's house in Cali. He's staying at the cousin's house because, he don't have no place to stay, basically. She lives in Las Vegas, and her house is Lord. Her house is in Las Vegas. So they don't have no place to stay. So he's staying with the cousin, and he on the couch. I don't know where the hell she slept at because they couldn't possibly have slept on that couch together. But she just don't feel comfortable. She feel out of place type thing. And she looking around and she like, this is not what I'm used to or nothing like that. And I'm like, girl, you grew up in the suburbs. He grew up in Compton. He was in a gang. You probably went to private school or public. Like, come on now. It's two different worlds. Like, what did you expect from this man? Like, I don't know what she expected. And then he's talking to the cousin. The cousin on parole. He's talking about something. He barely made it to his parole meeting or whatever. I was like, oh, Lord, that is not who you want to be hanging around. But he talking to cousin like, oh, you want to see all the obituaries of everybody who died and stuff like that. I was like, oh my God. But Maurice was like, oh yeah, show me. He was like, yeah, such and such got stabbed about 21 times though. What? No. So he going down all the war stories of what did happen to the homies that he grew up with. Basically, most of them is dead. Then they was talking about a 4-year-old getting killed, and it was just like, oh my goodness, like he really needs to get out of that situation. And she was saying like she's worried for him and stuff like that. And she also said that she was going to she said that I'm sorry, I just heard a text message. She said that she was going to stay there. She said that she missed home, she missed her family, she misses her life in Las Vegas, because of course it's two different worlds. Like Maurice got his life, and then she had her life or whatever like that, or what she was accustomed to and what he was accustomed to, I should say. So she said that she was going to stay there with him. Last episode, he said it could take 60 days. So she going to sleep on that man's couch for 60. Girl, stop. I'd have been with, Look, I come every weekend to visit. Ain't no way in hell I'm staying in that house for 60. They got on my nerves just watching that clip. Like, ain't no way I would stay in that house for 60 days. 60 days? Stop. She better than me. They go to the damn store, child. Some random dude is like, where you from? What set you repping? This my hood, nigga. Or whatever. He like clack and it, like and making gun references and stuff like that. Maurice like, yo, did you just see that? Like he was like clank. She was like, we gotta get out of here or whatever. So I was just like, this is crazy. This is not the environment that Maurice needs to be back in, like at all. Like, oh my goodness. His cousin, I mean, he seemed like he was a nice guy or whatever like that, but he got a record. Then you living in a neighborhood where most of the people probably do have records, and then random people just pointing, their fingers and like gun motions and like, no, like, and it seemed like Maurice really wants to get out. It seemed like he's sad about his friends not leaving, because they ain't leave willingly, dying. He seems like he wants to get out of that environment or whatever like that. So him being there for 60 days and being back in there is not going to be good for him. So I hope they sign his paperwork fast and quickly, but I'm sure they won't. Who was next? Chevelle and Q. They really wasn't a lot. The mama, she's annoying. Like, I know she worried about her son, and her son just got out of jail after 12 years and all that other good stuff, but she is annoying. They at some barbecue place, and she talking to him, and she like, well, the reason why I moved out of Kansas City and moved to Texas is because I wanted you to have a better life and stuff like that. And so what'd she say? What do you want me to do with you being here or whatever? You don't want me to be worried or all this other stuff. And they like, well, he like, mama, I'm not, 16 no more. I expect you to, know that I'm grown and I'm going to make the right decisions and stuff. And she was like, but you around things that could get you in trouble. And he like, I can get in trouble anywhere, which is true. Like, if he really wanted to get in trouble, he can get in trouble anywhere. He don't gotta go back to his old neighborhood or nothing like that. He can go in Texas and find something to get into. Like, if he really wanted to get in trouble. So he's trying to tell her that. And then she like, well, what you think about coming to Texas or something like that? And both of them, him and Chevelle, were like, no. So I was glad that he was on Chevelle's side and her team and stuff like that, and told her mama no. And he seems like he really loves Chevelle. Like, he's really into her. And he said that he was happy to, meet the daughter, see the daughter and stuff like that. Because I think they talked on the phone. So he's excited to see the daughter. So he seems like he's happy to start that bond and that family structure with Chevelle. So, I mean, I hope it works out. They get back to the hotel. Chevelle like, I'm about to set up this whole romantic thing for him, but I'm scared he gonna want to hang with his mama. And I'm like, girl, that man ain't had no pussy in 12 years. Like, he gonna hang with you, okay? But she was like, well, I set up this whole thing, so I call Uber for the mama to take the mama to a friend house or whatever like that. He in the lobby talking to his mom, and she just like, well, if anything goes south, that you got family and stuff. And he like, yeah, mom, I know, or whatever. She hugged him and stuff. And then before the mama left in the camera, she said, well, come hell or high water, I'm not leaving my son in Kansas City. He's gonna come home with me. I'm like, oh gosh, she's annoying. And then Q go upstairs. Chevelle got the little furry leopard robe on. She got the whole run with the petals and all on the bed and stuff like that, and all romantical and whatnot. And she got the oils and stuff. And she like, well, he went in as a young teenager. He came out as a grown-ass man. And I'm going to give him this grown-ass woman and whatnot. Child, she started rubbing the baby oil on his chest and feeding him chocolate. And he like, oh, y'all got to get out. And I said, well, he was working out up in jail. Okay, Q. So he put everybody out. And they basically bowed chicky wow wow, child. And then the last couple, let me just make sure, because I think that was it. Yeah. The last couple, Destiny and Sean. Child, these two is a hot ass mess, okay? It basically, Destiny is upset that he was lying, because at the table, because you know last week it ended with them, and this week it opened up with them, and she was asking him like, how many kids do you have, how old are you? And then he was telling her, and she was like, oh hell no, you had said you had 2 kids. I had asked you all these questions and stuff, and you was giving me these answers, so you was lying and stuff. So she pissed off that he was lying. He talking about something he forgot. I said, how you gonna forget? Well, you forgot your lies. But that's what you forgot. So she was just like, I can get over your age and everything like that, so why didn't you just tell me? And then she was asking him like how, like, is all the kids by the, you know, the one lady? And he was like, yeah. She was like, why you just ain't tell me that? Why you lie? And then she said, well, when was the last time you was with somebody? Or no, when was the last time you tried to hook back up with your baby mama? And he told her 7 years ago, which was a lie, because he tells us that he tried to hook back up with the baby mama a year ago, but Destiny jealous and he don't want to start no drama. You don't think she gonna find out? Oh, okay. So then she asked him, when was the last time he was with a woman? He's like, huh? I said, boy, now you heard what she said. So then he says a year ago. She was like, oh yeah, I guess I'm going to find out something later on down the line or whatever. So they in the car, and she was saying, oh, before we get there, she was saying like, you can't keep no secrets from me. Don't lie to me or nothing like that. I don't like that or whatnot. And he was like, well, I don't have no more secrets than them. Sean lying. And then she in the confessional talking about something, well, she got a whole bunch of secrets that she keeping and she not gonna tell him. I said, so how the fuck you gonna tell him and he need to tell the truth, but you like, girl, stop. So they talking in the car, and she asking like, am I the youngest woman you been with? And he was saying yeah or whatever. And then she was saying like she don't like liars and whatnot. And again, she a whole liar herself, but she not gonna tell him that she lying. But if he lying, she gonna get upset. Make that make sense, somebody? And then after she went in on him, then she bust out, well, okay, babe, I need you to get me a Coach purse, and then we need to go parasailing because I read it in a Nicholas Sparks book, and it just sounds so wonderful. And then we're going to do skydiving, right? Yeah, we're going to do something because I'm going to push your ass out the plane. I said, oh, she got a different person. What Destiny is this? Because it was just like quick with it. I was just like, oh, okay, she switched up on us. Then they get to the hotel. They got like a little hot tub jacuzzi type thing in the hotel or whatever. So she excited and stuff, and she go get in the shower. And yeah. So then she go get in the shower. He putting tulips all around the bed, all around I said, tulips? Is this the first day of Easter? I mean, this is the first day of Easter Sunday? Like, what's going on? This is the first day of spring too? Like, what? It's tulips? Okay. It was different. Okay. But she came out the shower. She was loving it. Oh, babe. Oh, this is so beautiful. Whatever. Oh, my God. I'm so in love with this. No one has ever done anything like this for me before. So then she all was saying, like, the shower was great. She didn't want to put no clothes on and stuff. And then she get on his lap. And then she said she hasn't had sex with a man in 3 years. But, of course, you know, she had sex with females in jail, like, for the 3 years or whatever like that. And then she says, and I'm going to keep having sex with females, but I'm not going to tell him. So you're lying and cheating? Girl, pick a struggle. So then we see like a little clip of her, and she had, because of course they put everybody out because they was about to bow chicky wow wow. So then we see a little clip of her, right? And she's saying how she got all these tattoos of women. I guess she got them in jail or whatever. And she had like this big name on her chest, Felicia, but then she covered it up. So she got like Felicia on her chest, Monique or Monica over here, somebody else on her ankle, and she keep covering them up because of course the relationships is not working out. But then she says she gonna continue to get more tattoos of females on her body. Girl, you ain't learned from the first 4 mistakes. Like, you keep covering them up. What the again, somebody make it make sense for me. Like, what's the purpose of getting the tattoos if you want to keep covering them up? Girl, stop. So then they come back or whatever. He says the sex was amazing and whatnot. And I just, like, Sean, when he talks about sex, like, it makes me uncomfortable. Because, I don't know, like, yeah, no. No. It makes me uncomfortable. Because he had, like, some little confessional. And he was like, yeah, she wants me to handcuff her and ride her hard as she can go. Like, as hard as I can go. Like, yeah. And it was just, like, real uncomfortable. I was just like, oh, my God. Did we need to hear that? Like, I didn't need to hear that. I don't know about y'all, but I did not need to hear that. So, no. But they were saying, like, the sex was amazing. It was good. And she said it was the best sex she ever had. And I was like, oh, okay, can we move on to something else? He took a picture of her with her thumb all in her mouth. I said, oh, God. And then he wanted to question her about her drinking, saying, like, she was drinking too much and that's why she overreacted. And she was like, no, you was lying. That's why I said what I said. I said, Sean, stop. Why you even bring that back up? And so then he said, well, I don't want you to do nothing stupid while you drinking and stuff like that. Because I put up, $50,000 pretty much. Like, if you skip bail or whatever, or don't go to court that day, I gotta pay $50,000, and I ain't got that. But he didn't say that. He just said he gotta put up $50,000. She was like, I know that's $50,000 is a lot. I'm not gonna do anything, to jeopardize that. But I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna have fun, and you can't tell me what to do or whatever. And he was just sitting there looking stupid as hell. I said, Sean, you dumb as hell. Because if this girl leave, you gonna be responsible for $50,000, and I don't know what he signed up, but something telling me he signed like his house or something, and if she don't go to court, which I got a feeling she might not, the way she talking and stuff, but that was it. That's how it ended, with her basically telling him, like, she gonna do what the fuck she wanna do, and he can't tell her what to do. So, y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode down there in them comments. If y'all like this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, and then go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're watching this and not subscribed to my channel. And then while you're at it, go ahead and hit that notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and do the shot in P-Valley, and I will see y'all later. Peace.